ThatsSoYin, and today I wanted to bring you guys my first prom look for this year. I know this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill full glam prom look, but I wanted to really gear this video towards those girls who just don't wear makeup in general. But, you know, you're going to prom, so you want to, you know, step it up a little bit, just a little bit. And so I wanted to just create this really nice nude look. It is a soft cut crease, and I go really in depth on, you know, techniques that will make it look like you're not applying dirt to your face, because I know sometimes browns can just not blend. So I really went in depth in this video, so I hope you guys really enjoy. I will have some more prom looks coming up soon, just wait for them. And if you want to see any of my previous looks, any previous prom looks, I do have a playlist where I have all my makeup tutorials, so you could definitely check there in case, you know, prom is literally like tomorrow. So I hope you guys really enjoy, and as always, if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. I already have my brows on. Now I'm just going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Primer, and I'm just going to do 2 pumps and smear it all over my face. I'm also going to use the Fenty Pro Filtr Foundation, and I'm going to take 2 pumps on my Wonder Blender, and I'm going to dot it on my face. I'm not mixing it with any other foundation like I normally do, just because I think I'm going to warm this foundation up with bronzer and powder and all that stuff. If you're wondering what foundation you should get for prom because you want something long lasting that doesn't give you flashback, I would recommend this Fenty one, because I noticed that I can go ahead and not set it and it will last all day. So it's perfect for those who have normal skin and who don't produce that much oil but is not, you know, really dry. And if you're looking for a drugstore alternative, I know the Wet n Wild Photo Focus one is really, really good for flash photography and all that stuff, and it's really buildable. So definitely check that out as well. Anything without SPF should not give you flashback. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I was saying something along the lines of how I don't understand the mindset of some people where they go on Instagram and they go on a makeup page specifically just to comment, "Don't wear makeup," when if you kind of put it in a different perspective, that's kind of like going on a football Instagram and saying, "Why are you playing football? You shouldn't play football." Like, it's just dumb. I don't get it. Like, the mindset of some people is just, it baffles me. Right now, I'm just blending out that Colourpop concealer. It's that No Filter concealer in the shade Light 20. And I really like this because it gives me a lot of coverage and a lot of brightness. And I know it's just a little too light, but it's really weird because Light 20 is just almost borderline too light. And then Medium 30, which is the next shade, it's just like a little too dark. And so I wish that they can kind of expand their concealer range just a little bit and put a shade in between the two. I know this seems like a lot, but for special events and for special occasions, I like to go just a little heavy-handed just because why not? It's like a time to go all out. And so for powder, I'm going to use my banana powder to set my face because the Fenty foundation, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the foundation on my face looks neutral, and that is what the shade 210 is labeled as, but it's the only thing that's really close to my shade. I don't know. I've tried like 4 different foundations from her line, and this one has been the closest. So we're just going to alter the undertone of this foundation with a yellow powder, and this is kind of just what I like to do in general when I'm working with foundations on a day-to-day basis to really match me. So this is banana powder, as you can see, yellow. I just take it straight on the sponge, and I like to focus this more towards like my jawline area, and then the rest I could just leave, because you mostly just want, like when you turn to the side, you mostly just want this area to match you. So that's what I do, and that kind of goes for any other foundations. I know that if you are a little bit more neutral or a little bit more cool tone, you'll want something just a little bit more pink as opposed to something yellow. So they do have pink powders on the market. Definitely look into Makeup Revolution if you're trying to find something in stores. You know, like a banana powder or a setting powder. They have a really big tub. I think it's for $8, so not that bad. So now if I turn my head, you can tell my neck matches my face. And that's kind of my trick if you just need something a little bit more yellow and you just have a hard time finding a foundation yellow enough. Since this look is mostly geared towards the girls who don't necessarily wear a lot of makeup but really want to show out for prom but not doing too much, I decided to play with a lot of neutral tones today, and so this eye look is going to be very simple. So I have two different palettes with me. One is a palette I curated myself, so these are all just single eyeshadows here. So most of them are from ShopMissA, and then this one is by ABH, this one's by Colourpop, and then I also have this one that you guys can buy. I think this was $12. This is the Morphe 9A palette. I have a review on my channel. I'm going to start off with this cream shade right here, and I'm taking that on my ShopMissA High Def Brush E107. I'm packing this onto my eye just because we put foundation on our eyelid and we put concealer on our eyelid, and so we want to set that in place. Now the key to finding a really good transition shade is finding something that's just a little bit darker than your actual skin tone. Now if I look into my ShopMissA palette right here, you can see like, yeah, I have some that are a little darker than my skin tone, like this one or this one, but then if you look at my Morphe palette, you can notice that this one is going to be my perfect transition shade. This one's a shade myself, just because it's very similar to my skin tone but just a little bit darker. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take myself on my Sigma E40. This is a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to run this along my crease. And if you're a beginner and you don't know where your crease is, just push your eye in like this and find the socket of your eye and just lightly dust the color in that area. You don't want to take too much product as well, but at the same time your transition shade is very close to your skin tone, so it's not going to be much of a difference if you grab too much or too little. Just build up if necessary. Now let's go ahead and start building this brown. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Splendid. Now this is a brown with a warm undertone. It's like an orangey brown. And I'm using my ShopMissA Pawpaw Charity brushes, the pink ones. This one is E127. And I'm just going to pop this in the outer corner. So if you have almond shaped eyes, or if you're looking to do kind of a cut crease, you want to focus a lot of the color in the outer corner because it's really going to define your eyes, and it's just going to look like sleek, you know, like you always want to remember to always go in circular motions whenever you're blending. It's just going to help everything disperse evenly. Let's go ahead and deepen it up just a little bit more. So to add shadow and depth, we're going to take a cool tone brown. Now this shade isn't necessarily like cool tone, but it's cool tone enough to bring down the warmth of this look. This is ABH Fawn, and I'm using that on the ShopMissA E130. And I'm just going to tap off the excess and just go ahead and apply this in the outer corner and kind of build it on top of that Splendid color. We're going to take a flat concealer brush and we're going to take that initial shade that we used to set our eyelids in place, that cream shade. We're going to take that and we are going to pat it in as if we are going to make a cut crease. Now we're just going to start in the inner corner here. And just as you would to make a cut crease, you just want to outline that eyelid. The reason why I did not go in with concealer is because I wanted this to be very soft, but I want it to still be elegant at the same time. I don't want it to be too cut because I know that if you are a beginner, cut creases are so difficult. And so I'm just going to go straight into eyeshadow. I'm going to be doing something very different now. I'm going to try and not use any eyeliner, so instead I'm going to make eyeliner with my eyeshadows. So I have my ShopMissA E134, which is the tiny pencil, and I'm taking Bruise in the Morphe palette, and I'm just going to create my wing with this brush. I'm also going to take just a little bit of Storm on the very tip of the brush, and I'm just going to deepen up this brown shade. So it's not black, but it's not too brown. In general, whenever I do that, I always get fallout because I'm working with such a small brush, but it works, it works. I am gonna go with some black kohl liner. I'm gonna line this on my upper waterline. This stuff stays in your waterline like it's nobody's business. It's crazy. This is a Sigma longwear eyeliner in the shade Wicked. Ooh, honey. I'm going to add some mascara. This is my Essence Lash Princess mascara. To go with the whole brown look, I'm going to be taking some brown kohl liner. This one's by Marc Jacobs. It's in the shade Brownie. There are tons of brown liners on the market. I just have this one in my collection. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my waterline. And then without any product on a brush, I am just going to smudge it out first. And then I'm going to put a lighter shade on top just so it's a little bit more toned down. So I'm going to take Splendid on that brush we used to smudge out that eyeliner. This is E132. And I am just going to run this there. Taking the pencil brush with Bruise, I'm going to put this color right at my lash line. Just what I do in general. Nothing new. Off camera, I applied my Juno&Co Lashes number 12 on my eyes, and I think that this is actually a really good natural lash, but I mean, it has a lot of flair to them. They are, I want to say, multi-dimensional. I mean, they have a lot of layers to them, so it looks natural, but it's still pretty glam. So let's go ahead and contour our face. I have like a sample size bronzer that I wanted to use today, but I can't find it. Oh, here it is. I have my sample of the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation in the shade Medium. I used to use this as a face powder, but the more I used it, the more I thought I could build this up to be a bronzer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. All my face brushes that I'm using are the Faux Mink brushes by ShopMissA, the ones that are all black. And I'm just going to go ahead, build this shade up on my face as a bronzer. What I like about it is that it is a foundation powder, so it's not going to look cakey. For blush, I'm going to use a Tarte Ecstatic blush. I haven't used this in forever. It's said to be a 12-hour blush, but honey, I don't really count, especially for blush. I mean, I honestly could care less for blush, but I mean, it's cute or whatever, so. Highlight, I have my Fenty Beauty Mean Money and Hustla Baby Killawatt highlight. So first I'm going to take Mean Money because Mean Money is the sheer side of the highlighting duo. And so for those who just like to kind of emphasize their features, Mean Money is the way to go. If you like a really intense highlight, you can always go in with Hustla Baby. But I just wanted to show you guys what Mean Money looked like all over my face. I'm literally applying it to all the high points of my face, so my nose, my eyes, my cheeks, my chin, all of that. So this is what that looks like. Yes. And then this is what Hustla Baby looks like right on top. Definitely more of like that high shine, wet type of feel. I'm like barely making a dent into that Fenty Beauty logo. I'm gonna go in with some lipstick. Now I have two Smashbox lipsticks that I think are absolutely incredible. I have this shade Safeword, which is a rosy nude. And then I also have Nylon Nude, which is my all-time staple. It's really ugly and dirty and disgusting, but it's so beautiful when layered on top of another lipstick shade. So I'm gonna go in with Safeword first. Since you'll be dancing your night away, why not lock in this hard work with some makeup setting spray. Now this one is the Kat Von D Lock and Load Mist. I personally like this better than Urban Decay All Nighter, but they both make your makeup last all night. So whatever works for you, use it. Alright you guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys really enjoy. Now I am planning to film, I want to say like 6 prom videos this year, maybe, I don't know yet, But I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. If you have any other color suggestions, then please let me know. Like, what is your prom dress color going to be? I want to know so I can help you guys out. And so as always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Happy prom! Peace out, Girl Scouts.